Good morning and welcome to today's verse. Today's verse comes to us from 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11 and 12. And it says that you also aspire to lead a quiet life, to mind your own business and to work with your own hands as we commanded you, that you may walk properly toward those who are outside and that you may lack nothing. The Apostle Paul provides some very practical points about how this young church in Thessalonica, how the Christians are supposed to live their life in community with one another and with those that are outside of the church, with unbelievers, what they ought to see in them. Throughout Paul's writing and throughout the New Testament, we're reminded again and again that there ought to be a difference in our conduct, in the way that we live our lives, and what people would see in us who declare ourselves to be followers of Christ, to be children of the Most High God. That we're not supposed to live any kind of way. We're not supposed to continue in the things of the flesh as we did before, and that there would be no differences in us. And so the Apostle Paul here, he points out a very important thing, and that is that they should aspire or have the ambition to live a quiet life. Sometimes being ambitious, we would think would be a bad thing, because in our culture, we would think about ambition, or an ambitious person is one that is always seeking to gain wealth, more money, position, power, prestige, and all that sort of thing. But he points out here, said that to be ambitious or aspire to live a quiet life. And what does that look like? To live a quiet life is that you mind your own business. you don't stick your nose in the other folk business. Hey, there are some folk that are just like that. You know that. I mean, even in the house of God, that they're more concerned about keeping up with what everybody else is doing and talking about them and that sort of thing. They always can see the splinter in another person's eye, but never see that big old plank hanging out of their own eye. But God, and why is this? Because you got time on your hand to focus on other folk. And that's what the problem was here in Thessalonica, is that they had gotten to the point that they were excited about so excited about the coming of the Lord, that some of them had just kind of sold everything, sitting around, bumming off of other folk, to the point that they were idle, did not have anything to do, and were not even working. And so he reminds them, work with your own hands as we have commanded you. He didn't need to tell them that if they were already working and staying busy. Be busy working, not being busybody in other people's business. Why is that? Notice in verse 12 that he says that you may walk properly toward those who are outside. Listen, people that are outside, that are unbelievers, they may not always know exactly what it means to be a Christ follower, but they certainly know what it is about people in the world that they do not like. And if they see the same thing in you that they see in the people in the world, that you're basically loafers, that you are lazy, that you don't work, that you're talking about everybody else, they don't want to be a part of that. So what you do is do those things that are pleasing unto the Lord, and that would draw other people that are outside of the church, unbelievers, toward God through the life that you live. To God be the glory for the great things he has done. I pray that you would meditate upon these verses. It would be a word of encouragement to you today as you go throughout your day. I pray that you have a safe day. And then tune in again tomorrow. Yes, as we consider today's verse. Amen.